Is there any current gems in the Huddersfield side that could?
What
the lot are you? So now,
No, I'm just saying, put my head in front of it because it's
just hope the fucking sound picks up. Oh, it's just standing 4-4-2 at the John Smith Stadium. Huddersfield 2, Derby 0. It could have been more, eh?
I don't know if it could have been more. I think the red card ruined the game, unfortunately, which is a strange thing to say after a 2-0 win, but it makes it so hard. What Derby did really well, and I'll give them all the credit for, is they defended really well. They defended really well, the Derby, for 70 minutes. Unfortunately, it's a bit of luck, which you need when you're winning, when you're on top, which was the downside for Derby, unfortunately. And then I think the Reds just went down, and that's where we ended up getting the second goal, which was a classic Jordan Rhodes goal. But good game, very frustrating from a Town perspective. We just... It's easy to be frustrated when you're against 10 men and you're expecting to push forward. But Derby sat back well, they were regimented, and they did well. They were a good side ultimately, and we did well to break them down. In the end, we just needed that bit of luck.
Yeah. Sorry for not introducing. This is James. Was former car park attendant here at the John Smith Stadium. It's been a couple of years since we last did a.
It's been a while.
Interview.
It's been a while. You were Premier League when you were last here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I put the link on about there for the last video that James did on the channel back in the day. I think on that video actually we was talking about different gravy with Smith Rowe at the time.
Yeah. He is.
And obviously he's got on with Arsenal and England. Is there any current gems in the Huddersfield side that could?
Levi Colwill, the guy we got on loan from Chelsea, defender, is an absolute Rolls Royce of a defender. Chelsea really trust us with their players. That's why we've got two of them on loan now, Colwill and Angelino. He is injured, unfortunately. But it proves it's not the first time we've been successful with loan players from the Premier League. So we've had like Ben Chilwell, Danny Drinkwater, Smith Rowe. We do well in developing these players. So I'd say the current gem to watch out for is Levi Colwill, who definitely will be a mainstay for Chelsea in the coming years. If not, if he moves on to any Premier League club, which he will do, he's got everything in his locker. He's big, he's fast, he's got a pass on him for a defender. He's great. He's absolutely brilliant.
I mean, reading up on the current Huddersfield squad, I quite like the story of Solver Thomas.
Yeah.
Where he's come from and how Huddersfield has developed him. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, Solver Thomas is a quite frustrating player. Like today, he didn't have his best game. His touch was off, his anticipation wasn't there. He just didn't seem to do as much as what he can do. He is a talented player. He's got a great set piece on him. Can deliver a ball, and when he puts his mind to it, he can beat a man and he can do it, but he just wasn't at it tonight. So that is the flip side to him, and a lot of people kind of have the opinion of his meteoric rise, as it were, going to his head a little bit. He seems a very grounded player for the most part, but it's just his inconsistencies are very frustrating at the moment, I think.
As you said just previously, Jordan Rhodes, typical Jordan Rhodes goal. Think he'll score more during the rest of the season, or?
The most interesting fact about Jordan Rhodes' goal is that is the first goal by a Huddersfield Town substitute this season.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So, you know, we haven't had the impact from him off the bench, but I don't think we really play a system where it's good for him, because usually when he comes on he replaces Ward, so he's one up front. Jordan Rhodes has never really been the lone man up front. He usually likes to play off someone, and that's exactly how he's got his goal today. Ward's up front, Ward's taking the shot, and he's anticipated the save from the keeper and the ball coming out. He's just rushed it. He's just beaten the keeper to it, slotted it. A very typical Jordan Rhodes goal, and that's what he does. But he hasn't been doing that this season because he's been playing as a lone striker, and he can't do that kind of role. So playing two up front, which we were forced to do because we just weren't breaking them down. Corbrand made some very brave substitutions to allow that to have to bring the two up front.
Quick word on the away fans and
fantastic.
Derby as a whole.
Fantastic away fans.
It's incredible what Wayne Rooney's doing there, and sending on the Everton job, very surprising.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think he'll end up there eventually, but I think Derby deserve a lot of credit for what they are going through, and their fans turn out week in, week out, and they were loud. They didn't stop all game, so all the credit to them. They are in a hard place. it's not the fans' fault. It's the club's fault. You know, it's a hard time for him. That, you know, Mel Morris, what he's done. You know, it's kind of despicable. You know, they haven't been helped out by the EFL, but they're turning out week in, week out and supporting the team, and that's what's helping them get results. Yeah. They are loud and they are behind the team no matter. Even when they went behind, they never stopped. So full credit to Derby. They were great today.
James, appreciate your time.
Absolutely. No,
I tell you what, it's the hospitality you show us when you come. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Going to get you into
free car parking spaces. But no, yeah, appreciate your time, and I'll catch you later on. Yeah.